Kashkalutis from Radio Australia. Kevin Rudd's in London at the moment, preparing to tell the world how to deal with the financial crisis. But does he know? Does Barack Obama, his friend, know? We're in Farringdon Street in Melbourne, and we're going to speak to some young people from a new think tank to see if they agree with Kevin Rudd's way. So, Tim, tell us about the left-right think tank. What is it?
Well, essentially, it's a group of young people aged between 15 and 24. There's not really much of a forum for young people to engage on the bigger issues, so things like foreign affairs and economics, that sort of thing. So left-right's basically attempting to give young people a bit of a voice in that sort of debate.
Kevin Rudd says that he knows what to do, what the world needs to do to be able to deal with the financial crisis. Has he got the answers?
Look, I don't know that his nifty little PowerPoint presentation about a 7-point plan is going to solve the world economy, but I think he's done almost all that he can do.
It's fundamentally a reactive strategy, and I think what I'd like to really see, and what a lot of young people would really like to see, is a bit more planning for the future.
I think it's all symbolic at the moment. I think his meeting with Obama in Washington for the moment has been about trying to say to people, we are doing something about this.
In fact, when you look at the countries that are in the G20 at the moment, I mean, Germany's been talking about the need for stricter financial regulation and kind of concrete plans going forward, whereas Kevin's concrete plans seem to pretty much be around, handing out money.
We've had Timothy Geithner giving an A+ to Kevin Rudd for what Kevin Rudd has done so far. Do you think that's just being political, an ally giving a bit of a fill-up to an ally?
You could see it that way, but at the same time you could also see it as trying to generate some optimism as well.
There's certainly a lot of mutual admiration going on there, which obviously is good for the US-Australia relationship, but I'm not sure necessarily indicates that both countries have got the best idea.
If we parallel this with Obama, his stimulus has been extensive as well, and his stimulus has sort of targeted manufacturing and heavy industry. We haven't seen the same sort of thing with Kevin Rudd. I don't think we'll see the same impact with our PFAS as we will with Obama's Buy American campaign.
Both leaders are not that experienced. Obama's been in power for a few months. Kevin Rudd's been in power for, a year and a half, less than that. Do you think that gives them the right to say they know the answers?
It's an extraordinary thing to happen when you're elected US president. You walk into the Oval Office and, by the way, the US financial system's just collapsed and the world's in turmoil. And I think his first steps have been solid. The G20 conference coming up next week, he'll be on the world stage and he's got an audience that really needs some answers.
I don't think that he has the answers just yet. I don't think that anybody can really have the answers. I think that the financial crisis will only get worse.
Do you really think that because they're in office, they've got to be trusted?
Well, the important question to ask is, what's the choice then? We've elected them. We've got to put our faith in them to see us through, because what's the alternative?